Carlos Alcaraz is stepping into Paris with fire in his eyes and fatigue in his bones, a young champion standing at the edge of history, yet daring to speak against the very system that defines his sport. The ATP calendar, he says, is pushing players to their limits, and as the year's final battles approach, even the world number one admits the grind has been relentless. The Spaniard's voice cuts through the noise of the tennis world as he prepares for his long-awaited Paris Masters debut, a tournament that could define not only his season but his legacy. From Tokyo's heartbreak to Paris's bright lights, Alcaraz knows the pressure, the pain, and the power of every serve that keeps him at the top. But now, as exhaustion spreads across the circuit, his words have become a rallying cry. Something has to change before the sport itself breaks. For Carlos Alcaraz, the Paris Masters 1000 isn't just another stop on the calendar. It's the final frontier of a season that's pushed him to his physical and mental edge. The Spaniard, who has already battled through injuries, endless travel, and non-stop pressure, is arriving in Paris with one mission: finish the year as world number one. But as he tightens his laces and stares across the glossy blue court of the new La Défense Arena, a deeper frustration lingers. The grind has become unbearable. Every week, it's another city, another match, another demand. There's no real time to breathe, no moment to recover, and Alcaraz isn't afraid to say it anymore. The number of tournaments we play is too high, he confessed before stepping onto the Paris court. We don't have time to rest or even prepare properly. His honesty hit the tennis world like a shockwave, because when the top player in the world admits he's exhausted, you know something is wrong. Yet, despite the fatigue, Alcaraz's fire remains unshaken. This week, in the City of Light, he's not just chasing points, he's proving resilience, showing that even when the body screams to stop, the heart of a champion refuses to slow down. Carlos Alcaraz already has his debut date set for the 2025 Paris Masters 1000, and all eyes are on him as he steps onto the court determined to defend his throne. After missing key tournaments like Shanghai due to injury, he knows there's no room for mistakes now. Every swing of his racket could mean the difference between keeping or losing the number one spot. His comeback in Paris isn't just about victory, it's about redemption. The draw has placed him in a tough position, with his first match scheduled against the winner of Cameron Norrie and Sebastian Baez, two players known for their grit and unpredictability. Yet Alcaraz doesn't flinch. For 3 intense days, he's been training at the brand new La Défense Arena, a slower, more tactical court that could play in his favor. His training sessions alongside top talents like Karen Khachanov, Arthur Rinderknecht, and Jiří Lehečka have sharpened his focus. Observers say his movement looks lighter, his shots cleaner, and his confidence restored. This isn't the same Alcaraz who limped through Tokyo or watched from the sidelines in Shanghai. This is a revived, recharged champion preparing for war in Paris. And as the lights dim and the cameras roll, fans can sense it, something big is about to happen. Carlos Alcaraz's mission in Paris carries more weight than ever because every point he earns could decide who ends the year as world number one. His biggest rival, Jannik Sinner, is right behind him, waiting for the slightest slip. The ATP race has turned into a duel of nerves, endurance, and raw willpower. Alcaraz knows that one bad week could undo an entire year of dominance. The Paris Masters and the ATP Finals will define everything, and as the battle intensifies, the Spaniard's calm exterior hides the storm inside. The injury from Tokyo still echoes in his mind the moment he was forced to step back, watching others climb while he healed. But now he's back on the court, stronger, smarter, and determined to finish what he started. Analysts say that if Alcaraz wins Paris, he'll lock in his number one ranking until the Australian Open. Even reaching the final could be enough to fend off Sinner's challenge. But for Carlos, it's not just about rankings, it's about proving that his rise wasn't a coincidence. Every sprint, every forehand, every drop shot is a statement that he's not just surviving the tour's chaos, he's conquering it. The Paris Masters isn't just another tournament. It's a battlefield where legacies are written, and Alcaraz intends to write his in bold letters. Even before the dust settles in Paris, the rivalry between Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner is already moving to the next stage. According to South Korean media, both superstars have confirmed an exhibition match at the Hyundai Card Supermatch in Seoul, scheduled for January 10, 2026, just days before the Australian Open. The announcement sent shockwaves through the tennis world. Two of the sport's brightest young stars, fire and ice, flair and precision facing off again. Not for trophies this time, but for pride, respect, and momentum heading into a new season. Alcaraz, the passionate fighter with emotion in every shot, and Sinner, the calm assassin with surgical precision, have built a rivalry that feels destined to define the next decade. The match in Korea isn't just an exhibition, it's a statement, a preview of what's to come in 2026. When both players posted the same teaser, their signatures beside the Hyundai Supermatch logo with the words, "See you in Korea," fans instantly went wild. It was more than promotion. It was a promise that the Alcaraz-Sinner era is just getting started. And while they may smile for the cameras that day, both know deep down that every rally, every exchange, is another chapter in their growing legend, a rivalry the tennis world can't stop talking about. As the spotlight burned brighter on Jannik Sinner's decisions, one headline split the tennis world in two, his shocking withdrawal from Italy's Davis Cup finals in Bologna. Fans called it betrayal. Critics labeled it arrogance. But then came an unexpected voice of reason, Fabio Fognini. The fiery Italian veteran, known for his brutal honesty, stepped in to defend Sinner on social media. In a heartfelt Instagram story, Fognini explained that he understood exactly why Sinner had chosen to rest instead of playing for his country. "As a player, I get it," he wrote. He wants to finish the season strong and prepare for 2026 the right way. Coming from a man who has bled for Italy on countless courts, that support meant something. Fognini reminded everyone that Sinner is only 24, still at the start of his prime, with 100 chances ahead to lift the Italian flag again. When reporters later asked Sinner about the backlash, his response was calm and mature. "I've said everything I need to say. I accept all criticism, but I have nothing more to add." Those words reflected not weakness, but discipline, the same focus that defines him on court. While fans argued online, Fognini's message resonated deeper. Greatness isn't about pleasing everyone, it's about knowing when to protect your body, your mind, and your future. For all his brilliance and energy, Carlos Alcaraz knows one painful truth: Paris has never been kind to Spanish players. The city may sparkle under the lights, but for generations of Spanish champions, it's been a graveyard of dreams. In the long history of the Paris Masters, only one man from Spain has ever lifted the trophy, David Ferrer, back in 2012. Even Rafael Nadal, the king of clay and a symbol of relentless power, was booed on these same courts and managed to reach the final only once. The fast indoor surface has always clashed with Spain's traditional baseline style, demanding lightning reflexes and aggressive play. For Alcaraz, this curse feels personal. In 4 previous appearances, he has never made it past the quarterfinals. Last year, he fell early to France's own Hugo Humbert, a loss that still stings whenever Paris comes up in conversation. But this time, everything feels different. The court at La Défense Arena plays slower, giving him more control, more time to unleash his explosive rhythm. Analysts say it might finally be the surface that fits his game, the missing piece that could rewrite Spanish history in Paris. Because for Alcaraz, this isn't just another match, it's redemption. He's not fighting only for ranking points, he's fighting to break a curse that has haunted his nation for over a decade. Carlos Alcaraz's path to glory in Paris is nothing short of brutal. Every round ahead reads like a gauntlet of world-class opponents standing between him and history. His campaign begins against the winner of Cameron Norrie and Sebastian Baez, 2 relentless fighters who refuse to give away easy points. From there, the road only gets steeper. In the 3rd round, he's projected to face Jiří Lehečka, a fearless youngster known for his explosive forehand. Then comes Casper Ruud, a man whose consistency on all surfaces makes him one of the toughest grinders in the game. And if Alcaraz survives that storm, a semi-final clash with America's Taylor Fritz awaits a matchup that pits Alcaraz's creativity against one of the most powerful serves on the tour, But the real showdown everyone is waiting for would come in the final, a potential face-off with Jannik Sinner, his fiercest rival and the one player capable of matching his intensity shot for shot. Fans are already calling it destiny. Every match in Paris could push Alcaraz closer to exhaustion, but it could also define his legacy. Because to be number one, it's not enough to play like a champion, you have to endure like one. And in a season that's tested him more than ever, Alcaraz knows this tournament isn't just another stop, it's the stage where champions are forged under pressure and legends are born in the fire. While Carlos Alcaraz battles through the toughest courts in the world, his influence has already reached far beyond tennis itself. The very racket he used to win Wimbledon 2023, the one that marked his triumph over Novak Djokovic and his arrival as the new face of the sport, was recently auctioned for a staggering $173,000, making it the most expensive tennis racket ever sold. That sale wasn't just about money, it was about legacy. With it, Alcaraz officially surpassed Rafael Nadal's 2017 Roland Garros racket, symbolizing the passing of Spain's tennis torch from one generation to the next. For fans, it felt like history coming full circle. The young prodigy who once idolized Nadal now standing as his natural successor, not only on the court but in the hearts of millions. Yet, what makes Alcaraz special isn't just the records or the trophies, it's the way he carries himself. His joy, his passion, his refusal to hide emotion have reignited something pure in the sport. In an era of calculation and pressure, he plays with freedom, with the same fearless spirit that inspired him as a kid. That racket, now resting behind glass, represents more than victory. It represents a changing era, the rise of a champion who embodies the future of tennis. And as 2025 comes to a close, one thing is clear. Carlos Alcaraz isn't chasing anyone's legacy anymore. He's building his own one match, one record, and one unforgettable moment at a time. As the lights of Paris shimmer and the season draws to its final act, Carlos Alcaraz stands at a crossroads between exhaustion and greatness. Every ache in his body reminds him of the price of chasing history, yet every heartbeat drives him forward towards something bigger than trophies, immortality. He's no longer the rising star who shocked the world at Wimbledon. He's the man carrying an entire generation's hope on his shoulders. Whether he wins in Paris or falls short, the message is clear: the fire inside him is unstoppable. Because champions aren't defined by how often they win, but by how fiercely they fight when their energy runs out. And as Alcaraz steps onto the court once more beneath the Paris lights, the world watches, holding its breath, knowing that whatever happens next, this is only the beginning of his legend.